owner of the Deja Cafe.
Is that it?
And Gina, you're next.
What's the sideways hammer down?
I don't know. What's
This one.
Oh.
Oh, you're just wonderful, Tim. Although I think maybe you should stick with your day job just in case.
Doesn't work out.
Tim, who has been so supportive of art in the community.
Then we have Slack Monster. Hi. Slack Monster. I don't know why I'm doing this.
I don't either.
Really sorry.
And you're going to be famous, Tim.
Goodbye out there in make-believe land.
Goodbye. This is Gina Lechuga. She's the other restaurateur doing her little hammer time. And she's Mrs. Lechuga and both Tim and
all of her restaurants so wonderful in donating their time and their hard work to our restaurant. And I would like Sally to film some of the wonderful art that's on show right now, which is a Taos combination by her and her friend Martha.
And Martha and Sally traveled to Taos together and painted on location. And we're now getting ready to hang our show. It's sitting on the floor and waiting to hammer the nails. We need MC Hammer back to help us hammer the nails.
Mark right here. There's a treasure behind this.
The
mark.
X is the spot. X.
Did I tell you about Isabella and Madonna?
No. Tim, we need to hang these paintings.
Remember I had the poster of Isabella in the kitchen?
Yeah.
Isabella Rossellini?
Yes.
And she's doing the Lancome ad. And then I had the other poster of Truth or Dare for Madonna.
For Madonna?
For Madonna, remember?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, when they put this wall up, brand new wall, they had this all open on the inside, and that was the graffiti wall. I invited all my customers to write on this wall.
Right.
And then when they sealed up this wall, the graffiti and the
It's sealed in there?
and Madonna's in here.
Oh, how great.
And Isabella's in here.
Oh, that's nice.
Whenever the workmen take this down, they'll have a little something for them waiting. Isabella and
That's kind of like a time capsule buried, you know?
Exactly. Yeah. Crystallized my thoughts.
Yeah. Okay. We're destroying new walls here. We take this remodeled.
Stars at night are big and bright. Deep in the heart of Texas.
We do have to get a little crazy when these paintings don't fit.
Here's another one. See if you remember this one.
You're pretty good.
You keep saying you are done playing. These boots are made for walking. That's what they're gonna do.
One of these days these boots are gonna walk all over you. That's Tim there playing my painting. When all else fails, play.
Yep.
Is Martha working? We're trying to adjust the sizes here. Here we are at the Deja Vu. And here's Sally. Hi, Sally.
Hi. This is the Deja Vu restaurant in Modesto, 825 West Roseburg Avenue. And we have a show here today by Martha Helm and myself, Sally Ruddy, called Joy, Light, and Love. These are the Taos paintings that Martha and I did together on a trip to Taos and spent about 2 years in our studios polishing them up and making some of them larger.
And here's Martha.
Hi, I'm Martha Helm, and this is the way to our show. Come on in.
Well, this was a sketch was done in Taos, and it speaks about energy, synergy. Actually, there was a lot of energy there. So this just is kind of the feel of it.
What about this painting?
This piece is called Sunflower Taos. This was done on location on a windy day. And I been tempted to hang a pair of rose-colored sunglasses next to it because I painted this wearing rose-colored sunglasses and had a grand time. And when I brought it in, outdoors later and removed my glasses, the whole thing made a color shift. And it was quite a surprise to me, but I was pleased with the outcome.
It's a great thing. We saw lots of sunflowers.
A typical landscape that we saw. Let's see, New Mexico is the land of enchantment, also the land of contrast. The sky was really about that color. But this gives me the feel of the fields we walked through.
Okay, this piece is the church at Rancho de Taos. This is the famous church that Georgia O'Keeffe painted when she was there, and can hardly be ignored by any artist. This is the back side of the church. While we were painting, it was raining, hence the gray, dark, wet sky, and this is a watercolor. As I was sitting, sketching, and painting this, a busload of tourists showed up, and they were all Japanese, and the tour guide said to them, "Oh, these are local artists who live here and paint." Well, I thought that was quite funny since I only lived there a week, but they all jumped out of the bus and got their cameras and did this to me and smiled and took my picture, so I just did this back and smiled and let them have their story to take home with them.
That's a great time. That's nice.
Taos area. Yeah, I guess it's the color that speaks to me. I have a whole lot to say about it, but it was great to be in that atmosphere.
This painting is called Taos Building, and it was also done on location. It's an oil. And there were two little Indians that came and sat on the doorstep as I worked on this painting that day. I had quite a conversation with them. We worked right on the Indian reservation, often going off by ourselves and spending hours in the hot sun. This is the same Indian reservation at the end of Murata Lane that Georgia O'Keeffe traveled when she first went to New Mexico in 1921.
While we were there, we walked to where we were going to paint. And we did walk through quite a few parks and trees and just absorb the atmosphere. So you didn't reflect it just for 5 minutes. The clouds would come in and the sky would be dark blue. Lots of sunflowers, and I always think of sunflowers from the Midwest, and Taos especially. They'd be growing along the fences. They were a real bright spot.
This piece is called Entrance. I also realized as I wrote the title that it spells entrance, and it certainly was the land of entrancement. This area was directly to the right of the little Taos building that I painted. And it was kind of the entrance to the Indian reservation. I went out into this area and spent a lot of time walking, meditating, and reflecting. This is a large piece that was done in my studio later at home. Being on this piece, I was reminded of Tiffany's stained glass, the dark against the light and the light coming through.
In Taos. And I'm always inspired by the skies. Since I grew up in West Texas, that's just about what you see as a child growing up. Is keep your eye on the skies. That's the changing thing. So I've always been attracted to beautiful skies.
This piece is called Beauty Walk,
I had painted there for a while before I discovered a white cross at the base of those mountains. I was truly entranced by it and went out on a hike to find my cross. When I came home, I did this large-scale painting and called it Beauty Walk. It's to me symbolic not only of the walk I took that day in the beautiful countryside and the clear air there, but a walk I'm taking inside myself in my search for beauty and truth within myself and in the paintings that I do. This piece is called Beauty Walk number 2. It was inspired by the first Beauty Walk painting, and I thought of the great thunderheads that just roll across the sky. Almost every afternoon we had rain there, and the power of nature. I was also in my journey within myself, looking to connect somehow with my most feminine side and to bring that out into the work, thus the undulating curves and the softer, more pastel colors in the landscape. There is an old Indian prayer told to me by a Navajo Indian that even the grass makes a sound, but only the wind hears it. May you always walk in beauty.
This is the serious.